Let's get started. Welcome everybody to the first annual Cogswell Excellence Awards. Yes. And what's so cool about it is that even though we're in this new environment and we're getting used to the building, and we're actually streaming this now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So, you know, if you have family or friends that want to see it, or people you from the school who aren't here, they can see it tomorrow, or if they're out there, hello. We're happy you are joining us. So, in the past, we've had Fusion Awards. Now, these Excellence Awards are a little bit different than those Fusion Awards, and I'll just take a second to explain. We, for the first time, have industry judges, not just faculty and students. So the judging actually was 45% was weighted to industry, 45% was weighted to faculty, and 10% was to a popular vote of students. So it really is to surface what is fine work, that we can identify those worthy recipients of these awards and really celebrate the work that goes on here at Cogswell. And I wanted to thank some of the people on this fine team who put this all together. Nikki Love has organized all of this stuff. She and Lauren have put the food together and put the place together. Evan Peebles is doing the technical. The judging was organized by Julius Dubois, and the tabulations was done by David Perry. So it's been a wonderful cast. We're going to now have, among the categories that received sufficient number of submissions and votes, we're going to go through those categories in which winners were selected, and we're going to have faculty members make those awards. So in total, 15 categories made that cut. Right? So we want to appreciate all the students who participated on two levels. One, those people who felt they did something they were proud of and submitted it. And these submissions could have come independent projects, class projects, club projects, it didn't matter. Something you were proud of. Also those students that voted, that went through the voting process. We want to engage the entire community. So without further ado, let's get on with the awards and to look at our first category in the game area. I will introduce Ricardo Cayan.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Our first category is Outstanding Game Documentation. Oh, thanks. In the beginning stages of creating a game, the designer will have to take their vague plans and turn them into actual gameplay. The document will be the definitive reference for the entire team. It'll basically outline what the player will do and see. So in essence, they're writing the entire game before it's created. So for Outstanding Game Documentation, envelopes, we have Jake Levine.
My plans for cinematography and how we're going to be doing that. So you can see we're doing my plans to do motion capture equipment, which I'm actually working on getting a hold of. So this is basically just showing on the starting screens or the start scene, the first original.
You really can't tell this is our first time doing this. All right, so for original game and game or level design, so games are, at the core, are meant to be interactive. They're a way for a person to immerse themselves into a new world. So unlike a movie where you're just kind of sedentary and letting an experience happen to you, the player has control of their destiny. It doesn't matter if the gameplay is as complex or simple. It just has to have good, solid rules. It has to do what it's meant to do, and overall, it has to be fun. For original game or level design, the winner is, I have to practice my envelope opening skill, Andrew DeLulo.
We have a variety of action cards, which will represent the skills that you have, the abilities that you can use, basically your way to win the game. Each player will be represented by a player token, which will exist on the larger game board. Players will each have a deck of 10 cards that
Yeah, and I'll mention that we're going to take all of the winners. Please stick around, because afterwards, we're going to take you out into the lobby and get pictures and do a little video interviews. So we're going to create pieces about your work that we'll publish. So, yeah, stay tuned. In the area of general education, our next presenter is Richard Schimpf.
Thank you, guys. Next year, can we have like intro music? Yeah, cool. I mean, clapping is good too. So, anyways, thank you all for coming. The first award is for Best Creative Writing. And it's always amazed me, since I've been here, just how much writing all these very visually oriented students do. And there's all kinds of stuff, and this year was no exception. And I want to thank all the contestants or the entrants for keeping it relatively clean. So the winner for Best Creative Writing piece is Andrew DeLulo.
times.
Sir. Well done. Okay. All right. Okay. The next award in GE is for the best research paper. Okay. So then there are papers being written about all kinds of things at this school, about everything from the apocalypse to various industries to how to put together a game, or history of games, history of all kinds of different things related to the stuff that the students are studying in their program. The nominees are up there: Andrew, Mohammed Sheikh, and Mari Smith. And the winner for Best Research Paper is Mari Smith. She was outside. I'm sorry? Yeah. She was here. Oh, all right. We'll give it to her later. Okay. Thank you all. Okay.
Our next presentation in software engineering, Mohan Shah.
Hi everyone, dear colleagues, dear students, and my friends. As a director of Cogswell Engineering, I am quite proud to present the award in engineering category, and the category is Best Program or App. Here at Cogswell, our students develop experience and skill sets to implement creative solutions to problems using computer hardware, software, computer systems, and different computer applications. To showcase this skill set, we ask our students to show a program or an application in operation, along with providing an audio commentary and also explaining the purpose of that application and also the mechanics of it. And students were allowed to use different kind of hardware systems like either Apple computers or PCs or even mobile applications. And without any further commentary, I would like to say that The winner for this best program or app category is Caleb Madsen.
And we move this plane inside of it and see where the problem areas for a given frequency are. And we change what that target frequency is with this left slider.
We have been informed that Caleb won't be able to attend today's ceremony, but we'll be providing his award to him next week. Thank you.
Our next category is digital audio technology, and the presenter is Julius DeBosch.
Hello, how are you? Good. So the first category that I'm going to present is best execution of a concept. Thank you. Audio and music can be a powerful thing, and it can convey a message. And we very often focus on production, but sometimes the idea gets lost. So the concept, a powerful concept, put through a really powerful execution, creates the bond that can tell a story, that can make you feel emotions, that can make you think of things. And out of those that we received, we feel that the best execution of a concept was done by Mark Rivas. First to this to him. Thank you. It's good music. All right, next category is best sound design. Sound design is somewhat a mysterious term. A lot of people don't really know what it exactly contains or conveys. But sound design can do a lot of things that, depending if it's in movies, if it's in an exhibition, if it's in a product. Sound design has a lot of different roles. And best way to imagine sound design, try to watch your favorite movie with dialogue and music only, and no sounds for monsters, no sounds for cars, and no footsteps that you could hear. Then you will appreciate the work of the sound designer. The best execution of sound design goes to Daniel Simone. Thank you. Our next category is best original music. Millions of music tracks are released every day, and they're kind of find their the fan base, some of them. So how do we pick what's best? Best is a very relative term, it's very subjective. And one of the ways to actually measure what's best is how original it is. So if you think about the best original music and focus on the part original, that's what most of our judges focused as well. And when they decided who is the best, they thought it was the piece from Daniel Simone. And our last category for audio is best overall production. Production conveys also a lot of things. You can start with an idea. You have a composer, you have an arranger. They all work together, but it has to go through production. An idea can be great, but if it's not put through great execution, then it's not going to get to you. It's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get to anyone. And parts of the production can include everything from arrangement through recording, editing, mixing, mastering, and other phases. Those who put all these together and created the best overall production submitted some fantastic tracks. I really enjoyed listening to many of them. It was actually hard to choose, but what we thought was the best overall production was the piece submitted by Mark Rivas. Thank you.
Now we move to the pretty stuff, the pictures, the visuals. To present in digital art animation, again, please welcome back Ricardo Callan.
So Dave was kind enough to write some stuff for me to read out for you guys, since I am the gaming instructor. So our first category is Best 3D Modeling. 3D model. In 3D modeling, the artist is presented with the challenge of sculpting without touching. They need to manage the technical complexities of geometry and topology, while at the same time making artistic evaluations and decisions. Choosing the best tool for each challenge, they create a work that will convince the viewer that something that doesn't exist does. Winner of Best 3D Model is Kang Nguyen. And there, he will present his own work later. Nice thrall. Horde for life. You gotta take that off the video. All right. Best rendered image. A model is a blank slate. It needs surface, color, texture. It needs light. And another. An image needs to balance these elements for all the elements, making sure that each takes its proper place in the hierarchy of composition. A good rendered image causes you to forget that it never existed. The winner for Best Rendered Image is Mari Smith, or is that Mary? All right, she's in class too. I'm gonna take home all the awards for people that don't show up. So our next category is Best Concept Design. As a concept, it begins with a function or a requirement. What does it need to do? It's refined by the application of a context, whether it be culture or a time period, becoming grounded and convincing. It needs to be visually compelling and believable for its purpose. Iterated, developed, and distilled. Finally, it becomes a building block for someone to create with, blending into an imaginary reality but never disappearing. Winner of Best Concept Design, Jason Lee. Our next category, Best Illustration. Realistic or abstract, an illustration communicates an idea, a place, a time, a story. A kernel, if an idea thought to realization and communicated to the viewer through the tedious and joyful execution of craft and artistry. No rules, no boundaries, just does it speak and what does it have to say? Winner of Best Illustration, Jennifer Sue. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy. So our next category is Best 2D Animation. Animated performance. No Maya, no army of mathematical in-betweeners. All you on every frame convincing the audience that a line, a color, a shape is alive, that it thinks and feels and reacts. No realistic simulation of dimension to fool the viewer, just lines on frame after the next. Winner of Best 2D Animation is Jason Lee. Long time no see. Congratulations. And finally, Best 3D Animation. Just you, a model, and an army of mindless mathematical in-betweeners that need to be incessantly just herded. I was wondering where they all went. The audience will never be aware of the technical complexity of creating the work. They only see the final show. Did the pixels become a living, breathing, thinking, something that they connected with? Winner of Best 3D Animation, Justin Penfield. Congratulations.
And finally, I'd like to introduce to you at the end of the evening our ASB president, Lindley Cannon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lindley Cannon, and I'm the ASB Student Body President. The Excellence Awards are very important for us students. It gives us practice in putting ourselves out there to show our work and allows us to receive professional critique. Being around campus so much, I see so many talented students, and even though you may not have won an award tonight, the vision for all of this is to celebrate all of us as a whole and our talents. This award ceremony will only grow and improve each year, so please keep submitting. Before we close, I would like to thank all the students that participated, including the ones that took the time to vote on the submissions. On behalf of the student body, I would also like to thank the judges for taking the time to look and listen and critique all the work, the faculty and staff for their support, the panel which pulled this all together, and Evan for supplying us with something to see and hear this evening. Thank you. So can I ask the award winners to please come to the front? We will be taking photos outside. Thank you.